Here's what the IMF director said in 2018, old people are a risk to humanity and something must be done. Now, COVID-19 is especially affecting the elderly. What an unfortunate coincidence. As much as you'd like to think that everything was just a coincidence, you can't help but think that someone, an evil mind, or more evil minds, had a diabolical idea of further diminishing the world's population, especially the elderly, by the appearance of this COVID coronavirus 2019, which most seriously affects the elderly. Thus, if we put some information together, we may have a true conspiracy theory. I'm not saying it's true, only that there's a lot of suspicion. For example, in 2018, Christine Lagarde, director of the IMF, called on governments to admit that aging can create serious problems for them in the future, aging being a risk. To counteract the effects, the IMF director recommends combining the retirement age with other measures. In order to extend the retirement age, she proposes that it be linked to life expectancy, so that the number of years the pensioner receives the pension does not increase. But that's not enough. The IMF believes that other measures need to be taken, including lowering pensions, increasing contributions and allowing member states to hire private insurers to cover this risk to people living longer than expected. As you can see, for the elite global living ordinary people, ordinary pensioners, more means a risk. But didn't the global elite think of letting go of a deadly virus in the laboratories, particularly attacking the elderly? It's just a hypothesis, not a direct accusation. One more thing, the IMF, as well as other world organizations, is only a screen organization for the worldwide. Such decisions are not made at the IMF, but in a restricted circle of rich and powerful people, who like to play God on earth. Rockefeller wants the New World Order to be established in the event of a major global crisis. Is this followed by panic in the world because of coronavirus? With the panic set in the world because of coronavirus, the global economy is nearing collapse. And this represents the greatest danger to humanity. Thus, shares around the world suffered the most difficult day recorded since the time of the Great Economic Crisis, 1929. Therefore, the day was nicknamed Black Monday, meaning Black Monday. In the US, the main financial indices fell by over 7% and in London by 8%. And seeing this collapse of the world economy and panic set in the world, I remembered the words once said by David Rockefeller, "All we need is the right major crisis and the nations will accept the New World Order," meaning everything we need is a major crisis, and then the nations will accept the New World Order. Yes, Rockefeller, a leading family of the world occult, one of the richest in the world. Therefore, the global coronavirus crisis is the perfect reason to install the New World Order in the world. All the governments of the world should disappear and there should be only one central one, all the currencies of the world should be merged into one, and there should be other similar measures that would concentrate world power in one central place. The New World Order can only be introduced if there is a global panic, then people can easily accept it. Who would stand in the way of survival and well-being?